So trying to help out and Google it with bars and pubs in Albany, and this is the best.
Google has not.
Number one is called the Madison Poorhouse, which P-O-U-R. That's kind of fun. The second is Hooters.
Yeah,
So-
all this is
all you
definitely...
need to know about Albany right there.
Hooters, and it's
Yeah.
just got some owls on the wooden sign.
Right. Oh, this is killing me. This is what I get for not doing my research.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is, I don't know. I like looking up old garbage.
Yeah.
Section 1, Starting Allegiance. Whenever you create characters in Flames of Freedom, you're forming a party, a group of characters bound by fidelity to see the rebellion come to be. Abstinence from conflict is impossible, as everyone in 1776 will be drawn in, and there is no middle ground. While every character will have their own personality, motivations, goals, they will begin gameplay having pledged themselves to the rebels. Their starting allegiance set the stage, the bloody dark conflict, and will arise between rebels, loyalists, and other secretive forces where eyes dare not look. Whenever characters are first created, they've already pledged their allegiance to the rebels. We already said that. As characters go on in their adventures, their alliance may shift, which is nice. I didn't actually catch that before, so I like that. Or may deepen into more intriguing ones. What follows are the two major factions for the American Revolutionary War. The Rebels. Alright, so creating characters. Your character is the lens through which you interact with the world of 1776. To create a character, you'll need 3 10-sided dice, a pencil, and the character sheet found in the back of the book under Amendment 1 character sheet. Create one with your entire gaming group so everyone can share in the experience. So there's our first break that we're going to do right here. We are not all together due to scheduling conflicts, but you're also not going to be together for your first session. You can start thinking about this now, but we don't need an answer today unless everyone feels extremely passionate. There is one group that will be coming up from New York City in 1776, heading to Boston. The other group will be coming from Albany, which I think at that time was the capital, and going over to Boston. The New York City one will have information, supplies, and the expectation to meet up with the other group. The other group has a separate mission that I will discuss with them, that you guys, or whoever, may. For some reason, I felt like you guys were going to be New York City, but I guess I don't know for certain.
I'll be New York City. I'll be a jerk.
Both seem cool.
Yeah, both will be fun, I think. Back of the book, you'll be seeing a 30-page sandbox, which is Boston. It'll have some fancy name, but basically the adventurers book that you're holding in your hand if you're watching this, or you guys if we get it later, has like a sandbox to play in Boston under attack in 1776. So our game is going to be the preamble to that, right? Like we'll have 2 or 3 sessions before that, and then we could theoretically pick it up and continue playing with these characters in the mess that is Boston at that time. Character creation is a mosaic, and to frame how this crosses path with the period, it is best to randomly generate your first character. Diverse strengths in people, culture, and religion shaped our nation and will be the bedrock of the creation process. Randomization will also help you handle the thousands of possible combinations and push you away from the stereotypes of the period. I got a high intelligence.
I don't think it worked. Maybe it just didn't.
I'm smart, boy.
It didn't work. I'm just dumb.
Yeah, an intelligence of 43 and a willpower 48.
Oof.
I have an intelligence of 51, and my next highest is brawn with 43. But pretty much everything I have is
Okay,
30s.
Ben Franklin.
Yeah.
Section 3, Determination and Secondary Attributes. Secondary attributes hone in on combat statistics affecting your survivability. Once reading this section, calculate all values on your character sheet. Determination. Player characters are something special. Damn straight they are. They are cut from a different cloth than non-player characters and creatures. Call it individualism, the providence of a higher power, or luck. It is made manifest through a mechanic called determination. When you first create a character in the basic tier, you begin play with 2 determination.
My sheet at the ready. He's an aged man. If I recall, a little above average height, relatively normal build, surprisingly fashionably dressed, short gray hair, his fiery dark eyes. His name is Kazimir Fedorov. He is culturally Russian and Lenape, I believe is the pronunciation, which we can get more into more as play. He's a very kind of imposing figure, likely wearing something that would look between, like, not quite like a priest sort of attire, but something that you might see like a missionary wearing or something like that, likely some sort of holy symbol. Clearly a religious person.
Section 4, Character Background. Your character is far more than a collection of values on paper. To fully flesh them out, you will generate details about their identity. Age group. Is your character a hotshot young clerk still wet behind the ears and eager to prove their worth beyond the Caribbean? Oh, I wonder where they pulled that character concept. Or are they an old soldier who has been on one too many campaigns and seen too many friends die? There is no mechanical benefit or penalty for your character's age. Determine your age group by rolling D100. Well, I got a 74 and a 78, so...
I got a 71 on my
Was that
first one.
mature?
that is aging.
Oh, you're an aging. You're an old man.
That's fine. I've seen some shit.
Yeah.
He's a
I
boomer.
would be an adult.
You got adult.
I got aging first, but I don't want to be super old.
Okay.
I want to see America.
Okay. Devin, have you rolled?
62 and woo, 98.
Ah,
All right.
Please be a 98-year-old.
I mean, you're not actually 98, but
Shit. What?
Was it plus 3 to wisdom, intelligence, charisma, minus 3 to strength, con, dex?
yeah, in the old in the old ways,
Yeah.
in games that care about
62.
such things.
that is what's
Not
making
sure.
it an okay pill to swallow. No effect on gameplay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Culture is a catch-all word that could speak to your heritage, nationality, or adoptive family. It is up to you to define what it means for your character. It is not intended to imply that the culture is monolithic in thought, sentiment, and practices. While each culture is purposely brief and related in the abstract, deeper details around cultural practices and mannerisms are covered later in Article X, Life During Wartime, and Article Y, Indigenous Nations. Languages. As a part of that culture, you are also fluent in one language plus an additional language. If you gain at least one skill rank in education, and it sounds like we're getting in the nitty-gritty, but we'll plow forward, which you'll potentially gain from your profession, you can also read and write the language. Determine your culture by rolling D100. For the indigenous culture, also roll D100 to determine the member nation from which you're descended. Replace the indigenous cultural term with the one related to your member nation, or simply hyphenate it on your character sheet. Finally, determine an additional language. If you end up with the same language, re-roll.
It's pretty much 12 or 13% right across the board,
Yeah.
except for maybe
French
Except-
looks a little more than that. French
say-
is about 16.
French
but
and
yeah.
indigenous, I think, too.
Indigenous looks about 15, yeah, so
Yeah. Okay. So it thickens out a little in the middle. I like that though.
much like me.
Haha.
Boy, I should just keep a
81.
roll D100 hotkey, shouldn't I?
Multicultural. Oh wait.
What did you guys get?
Spanish.
Culture.
Oh.
I got the choice between colonial and English, and given how aged my character is, he's probably been here a while, so he's gone colonial. May have started off English, but
Right.
these rebels have got to him.
Yeah. That rebellious itch. Hi, you coming up? Come on. Come on. If you jump up now, you can be the most famous cat in Flames of Freedom. And you're not getting up. Oh, look, there he did. He did it. He did it. Look, everybody, it's Clem.
Aw.
Hi, Clem.
Hey.
Clem, you gotta look right here.
We got a mascot now.
Yeah, right? Yes. Oh.
I was worried I was missing it.
Nope.
I am Kosa Minko. Very tall, slightly darker than olive skin native. I speak Russian very well. Just raised by a Russian benefactor in southern Appalachia. So this is a long way home from me. I don't particularly care for buildings or anything like that. The outdoors is really where I feel the most comfortable. That said, I don't feel particularly comfortable when it's -20 before wind chill. So very happy to get inside and get some food inside of me.
Sure.
You write letters professionally.
That makes sense.
Kind of like diplomat to the Russian consulate. How long have consulates been around?
A long time.
Time.
Longer than this, at least. Devin, what'd you go with?
I went with tout because intimidate's based off of brawn.
Ah.
Charisma.
Smart. Should I be a snitch or a counterfeiter?
You be a counterfeiter, you could get
How
his
do you
fake
pick?
badges.
I know. Oh, it's informant, so, like, official snitch. I'll be a snitch.
I am playing Benaiah Austin this evening. Benaiah is he is an older gentleman, although I've been assured by the rules of the game that will in no way affect my stats. He is a merchant. He has been running a tidy little shop for many a year now. Some of the finer goods are what he likes to trade in, and he's kind of a small town fella. Grew up just on the outskirts of a forest, raised by an English father and an indigenous mother, and so he got a little, a little bit of a foot in both camps. And so while he doesn't practice the magical arts himself, he's very much aware of the influence they can have over daily life in this day and age.
So if we were just like straight cooking up a game, man, like I swear I would be in on the grift with Josh, right? And I would be taking him, or I'd be taking you two merchants to him, and I get a cut of this. Like that's what this feels like.
I think having the official diplomatic channels, like you could be a diplomat on behalf of like the nations or something, or even is this before or after like a Continental Congress is established?
Oh God, I think it's before. I think that's what's happening right now.
Okay.
But I'd have to look.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it would not be unrealistic for me to just accompany you around, like, and forge shit for you even.
That's true.
Yeah,
Not
having a real diplomat with real credentials, plus your counterfeiter with fake credentials.
Right. Yeah, being able to bridge the gap. Yeah. So, playtest 1776, right? And the Continental Congress convenes in. The first Continental Congress was 1774, and then it's declaring the colonies independent from the Kingdom of Great Britain in 1776. The Second Continental Congress somehow stretches from 1775, which is to 1781, which is weird.
So the guy who designed this game had it in his file drawer 10, 15 years ago, and then Hamilton got huge. He's like, my time has come.
You hear that, Daniel Fox? We're on to you. we know your game, you rogue.
We're testing
Listen, strike while the iron's hot. There was zero judgment in that comment.
Absolutely. Clearly they've been working on it for a while, but can you imagine that Hamilton came to Disney Plus a month ago, and 3 months later we've got it. Do you want to play play Hamilton Robo? I'll put a singing skill in here. I will.
You want to play the American Revolution and shoot people with magic?
Yeah, you want to.
I do.
Do you want to shoot Aaron Burr? Come on. Get that son of a bitch back.
You want to slap Andrew Jackson across the face? No, that was wrong war.
I mean, yes, but
that's wrong war.
Okay.
I meant
that's their next source book.
Toilet paper was invented in 1857.
Oh God.
We know we're allegiance. We know we're loyalists. That's not really an option. Or not loyalists. Rebels. Sorry. loyal to America, loyal to the flag. Excuse me for bleeding red, white, and blue.
USA, USA.
Cries an eagle.
Freedom
Um,
to the colonies.
there we go. See, it's gonna be a great game.